Hi, everybody. Once again, Dr. Salim is here with you guys. So as you know, we started a series of review questions, especially for the SPI, sonographic principles and instrumentation examination from the ARDMS registry exams. So today is the second session. Let's talk about the questions. Again, let me share the screen with you guys. And be with me. Let me see. We did already 20 questions. So today we will have 20 more questions. Okay, here they are. So question number 21. Let's have a question. It says an ultrasound pulse, the area of the cycle above the baseline is called A, high density particle area, compression, area of high pressure. D, all of the above. What do you think? Exactly. Again, you're right, because all of the above, everything is above the denominator, above the baseline, and they are all the same thing. So everything, all these are the parts of a cycle. So they are above the baseline, correct? Now, let's do the next question. The next question is asking that it says, when 5 cycles are happening in 1 microsecond and a pulse, what is the frequency of this probe? So the answers are 5 kilohertz, 5 megahertz, 5 hertz, and all of the above. What do you think? That will give you a hint. Keep in mind, this unit of the time is very important for us, and it says a microsecond. So now, what do you think, which will be the correct answer? Absolutely, you're right. It's a 5 megahertz because 5 cycles are happening and 1 micro, because the microseconds will choose the unit for the frequency. Good job. And let's see the next question. The next question is, it says, if we have a sound wave with a wavelength of 2 millimeter, calculate the frequency of this transducer. Now, the options are 2 megahertz, 0.77 megahertz, 0.2 megahertz, and 7.7 megahertz, 0.077 megahertz. What do you think? Which one will be the correct answer? Good job. You're absolutely right. Because the formula is frequency is equal to the propagation speed of the sound in a soft tissue divided by the lambda or wavelength. So wavelength is below the denominator. So we know the propagation speed of the sound normal, that is 1.54 millimeter in a microsecond. So that 1.54 millimeter divided by 2. And I believe that will give you 0.77 megahertz. Absolutely correct answer. Now let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question is saying, if we have a sound wave with a wavelength of 5 millimeter, calculate the frequency for the transducer. Now, same question like we had it in question number 23. It's the same story. Frequency is equal to, the formula is propagation speed of the sound divided by the lambda or wavelength, same thing. Now, if we take 1.54 divided by 5, which is the wavelength or lambda, I believe these are the answers. What do you think, which one will be the correct answer? 0.308, 3.08, 308 megahertz, 30.8 megahertz. What do you think, which one will be the correct answer? Exactly, you're right. 0.308 megahertz. Number one, A is the correct answer. Absolutely correct. So now let's go to the next question. So, there was another option too. Okay, so this is question number 25. Let's see what it says. If we have a sound wave with a wavelength of 3 millimeter, calculate the frequency of this transducer. Now, the same formula, the same question, almost the same question, but with a little different numbers. So frequency is equal to propagation speed of the sound divided by the wavelength or lambda. So here we have a lambda, which is a 3 millimeter or wavelength, and then a propagation speed. We have to remember that is 1.54 millimeter in a microsecond. So 1.54 millimeter divided by 3. And I believe if we do this calculation, that will be 0.513, something like this. So we will keep it till this point, 0.51 megahertz. I believe so. You're absolutely correct. That's the correct answer. Okay, let's take the next question. The next question is, it's a really tricky question. So it says, if we have a sound wave of 2 milliseconds, what will be the frequency of this transducer? So what do you think? I will give you the options. 2 kilohertz, 0.5 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, 2 megahertz, or 10 kilohertz. What do you think? You are absolutely right, because the formula for the frequency, that's another additional formula for the frequency is equal to 1 divided by t. T here is your 2 milliseconds. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, and then millisecond will give you the unit for the frequency. So the time unit will select the unit for the frequency, and that is kilohertz. So 0.5 kilohertz, absolutely correct. Let's see the next question. Okay, so it says, if we have a sound wave of 5 milliseconds, what will be the frequency of this transducer? So again, same formula. Frequency is equal to 1 divided by t, and t is here is 5 milliseconds. So what do you think? 1 divided by 5, which one is the correct answer, or which one will be the correct answer? What do you think? You are absolutely right. That would be 0.2, because 1 divided by 5 will give you 0.2. And then the unit is, all of them are the same unit. So again, we will look to the unit of the time. It will be giving us kilohertz, and that will be the unit for the frequency, correct. Now, next question. If we have a sound wave of 10 microseconds, what will be the frequency of this transducer? What do you think? Okay, these are the options: 0.1 megahertz, 1.0 megahertz, 10 megahertz, 10 kilohertz, 10 hertz. What do you think? Carefully, same formula, just we mentioned earlier. Frequency F is equal to 1 divided by T. So, same thing. If we look to that formula, that will be calculation will be 1 divided by 10, and 1 divided by 10 will give you 0.1. And then why megahertz? Because it's a microsecond. So the time unit will select the unit for the frequency. A is the correct answer. Good job. I know you select that too. Okay. Next question. If we have pulse of 10 cycles happening in 5 seconds, calculate the frequency for this transducer. Now, what do you think here? These are the answers. 50 hertz, 10 hertz, 5 hertz, 2 hertz, 15 hertz. What is your selection? What do you think, which is the best answer? You are absolutely right. Because first of all, we have to do what? We have to do this calculation first, because we want to know in 1 second, but it says in 5 seconds. So 10 divided by 5, first of all, we should know in 1 second, because that's the definition for the frequency. That the number of cycles in 1 second, that is the frequency. So first we should know in 1 second. So 10 divided by 5 will give you 2, correct? And then it's a second, so that's why it will be hertz. So that is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Absolutely, you're right. Let's do the next question. Okay, it says, if we have a sound wave of 2 seconds, what will be the frequency for this transducer? So again, these are the options: 2 hertz, 0.02 hertz, 20 hertz, 0.5 hertz, and 10 hertz. What do you think? So you have 2 seconds. Same formula, correct? We're going to use frequency is equal to 1 divided by t. You are absolutely right, because 1 divided by 2 will give you 0.5, and that is the answer, D. And then, of course, because it's a second, and our unit for the frequency will be hertz. Absolutely correct answer. Let's see this one. So this question, let me take this question down to the next page, because it will be close to the answers. And these are the questions, and this is the question with the answer. Now, if we have a sound wave with a wavelength of 0.8 millimeter, calculate the frequency of this transducer. I totally understand, because this is something a little bit, not a complicated, but it's a little challenge question. So again, if we are looking for the frequency of the transducer, remember earlier we just talked about this. The frequency formula is propagation speed of the sound divided by the wavelength. Now here the wavelength is 0.8 and the propagation speed of the sound, we already know it's 1.54 millimeter per microsecond. You have to memorize that propagation speed of the sound in the soft tissue because that's important for us. Okay, so if we do that 1.54 divided by 0.8, I believe that's what I did. When I did a calculation, the answer was B, 1.9 megahertz. You are absolutely correct. I know you choose that answer too. Good job. Okay, let's do the next question. Okay, so the next question is a really interesting question. What is the relationship between frequency and wavelength or lambda? Same thing. Now, if we know from the formula, first of all, let's see what is your selection. What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? Is it direct relationship, indirect relationship? Is there no relationship? Frequency get double if the wavelength increase. All of the above are possible. What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? Yeah, absolutely, you are right, because remember the formula was frequency is equal to propagation speed of the sound divided by the wavelength. So wavelength is below the denominator. So for sure the relationship will be indirect relationship. They will have indirect relationship. Absolutely correct answer. Now let's see the next question. Okay, here it says, what is the relationship between the frequency and propagation speed of the sound? What do you think? Same formula. This is more easier question, I believe so, because the frequency is equal. Formula is frequency is equal to propagation speed of the sound divided by the lambda. Now, because propagation speed is above the denominator, so anything above the denominator will have direct relationship to that side of equality sign. So operating frequency or frequency have direct relationship with the propagation speed. So A is the correct answer. Absolutely. I know you choose that too. Absolutely, you're right. I'm right, you're right. Okay. Question number 34. Let's see what it says. Choose the best definition for attenuation from the following options. So we give you the options. What do you think? Which one is more suitable? Which one more fit for the definition of attenuation? Okay, so the answers are decrease in amplitude, decrease in intensity, decrease of the power, all of the above, none of the above. What do you think? Absolutely right. So all of the above, because attenuation is gradually losing sound. When they are in a penetration, when they are in a transmission mode, sound is slowly, they are losing their amplitude, power, intensity. So they're slowly just vanishing, finishing. So all of the above is the correct answer. Absolutely, you're right too. Okay, let's do the next question. Okay, now this question says, choose the correct category of sound for 18 hertz only. Now, what do you think? Is it audible sound? Is it infrasound? Is it ultrasound? Is it diagnostic medical sound? Or none of the above? What is your choice? What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? You are absolutely right. We have 4 categories of the sound. So I know you choose audible. You said, sorry, infrasound. You're absolutely right. Infrasound or subsonic sound are the same because we have 4 categories of the sound, correct? From 1 to 20, that's infra or subsonic. And then from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, that is our audible sound. And then from 20 kilohertz, we go all the way to 1 megahertz. That is ultrasound, which is we using for the treatment or for those things. But also the other one from 1 megahertz and above, that is the sound we are using for imaging, for picturing, for diagnostic purposes, and that is diagnostic medical ultrasound or sound. So B is the correct answer. You're absolutely right. Okay, let's see the next question. It says, choose the correct category of the sound for 17 kilohertz or 17,000 hertz. Same thing. What do you think? A, subsonic sound, ultrasound, audible sound, diagnostic medical sound, or infrasound? What do you think? Just earlier I mentioned. Absolutely right. C is the correct answer. You're right. That is audible sound because it starts from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So that is the range for them. So 17 kilohertz is less than 20. So that is audible sound. Correct. Next. So the next question is choose the correct category for the sound of sound for 6 times 10 at the power of 6 hertz. Now, let's make this question a little more easier. So if this is a category 6 times, we can say 1 million. So 10 at the power of 6, I believe so. That is like 10 have, we have 10 have like 5 more zeros, or in total it's 6 zeros, and that's a million. So that will be 6 million. So what do you think now? Is it a subsonic sound, ultrasound, diagnostic medical ultrasound, or infrasound, or audible sound? What is your choice? Which one you're gonna choose? Absolutely, you're right. It's a diagnostic medical ultrasound because it starts after 1 megahertz. So this is actually the other form of writing is 6 megahertz or 6 million hertz. So when we say 6 million hertz, if you make it to the mega, then we say 6 megahertz, not 6 million megahertz. So either you use mega or you use hertz. So that is 6 megahertz. Correct answer. Now, let's look to the next question. Choose the correct category of the sound for 6 hertz, only 6 hertz. So what do you think? We already discussed these things. Is it audible sound, infrasound, subsonic sound, ultrasound, or B and C is correct? Which one is the correct answer? What do you think? Absolutely right. That is E is the correct because infrasound and subsonic sounds are the same name. So B and C is the correct answer. Absolutely. Because it is less than 20 hertz, right? So that's why it is infrasound. Okay. This question is true and false. Carefully listen to the question. A low frequency transducer will attenuate quickly, soon, very fast, compared to the high frequency transducer. Is this true or false? What do you think? Absolutely, you're right. It is false because low frequency will stay longer. Low frequency transducer will attenuate slowly, gradually, but slowly, not fast, not quickly. High frequency will attenuate quickly. So this is opposite actually. So false. That is the correct option. B is the correct option. Last question, but not least. Okay. So this question says, choose the correct category of the sound for 18 times 10 at the power of 3 hertz. So let me give you again a hint, just a little bit something which can help you. 18 times 10 at the power of 3 is 1000. So 18 times 1000. So what do you think, which one will be the correct answer? Subsonic sound, audible sound, infrasound, diagnostic medical ultrasound, or just ultrasound? What do you think? From the categories earlier, I just told you guys. Absolutely, you're right again. I like it. You're smart. Good job. So it is actually the audible sound because 18 times 1000 is 18,000 hertz. So, or 18 kilohertz, same thing, is less than 20 kilohertz. So that is audible sound. B is the correct answer. Absolutely right. Thanks a lot, and just wait for the upcoming session. This was the second session, and we will keep going, and this will help you a lot because I will answer the question, you will answer, and I will answer, and then I will try my best to explain a little bit to clear the concept. And please, once again, don't forget to share the YouTube channel with your friends, colleagues, anybody, any healthcare providers who are in this medical field. So take care and just wait for upcoming videos. Thanks a lot and have a nice day. Take care.